Hi, I'm Sam, and this is my shop. And in the last episode, we built this brand new outfeed table, but these cabinets still need doors and drawers, so let's get into it. The plan is that I'm gonna do 5 drawers in the far left cabinet. I'm gonna do one bigger drawer that's about 10 inches deep, and then the 4 top ones will be equally spaced about 4 inches deep. I don't have exact plans on what I want to keep in here, but I figure some bigger tools like routers and circular saws could go in the bottom one, and then some more hand tools and that type of stuff can go in the small ones. I'm not going to use any drawer slide hardware for this project. I'm going to use a similar technique to what I saw my buddy Drew Witt use when he built some cabinets in his shop recently. The way he designed it is the plywood piece is wide as the cabinet, and then there's rails of other plywood glued to the sides of it that create the sliding capability and hold everything kind of into place. This isn't a technique that I've ever used before, but in the spirit of trying to do things on a budget, I've got a bunch of plywood and I don't have any drawer slide hardware, so we're gonna try this. Worst case, I trim off the edges and we just go buy some drawer slides. Now that I have a cut list and a plan, I'm gonna start breaking down my materials. I'm gonna use pocket holes to assemble this thing. I wanna just do the bottom one and make sure that it functions the way that I think it will before we go ahead and make the other 4 and learn that they're wrong. Usually a good thing to do, right? So now we have the basic drawer construction. I have the sides and then I have the bottom. My thought is to just pocket hole the bottom to the sides, and we'll do that for all of them, and then we'll add some spacers as the part that it actually slides on. And then in theory we'll have drawers, we'll put faces on it. I think this will work. I didn't bore you with all of the pocket hole drilling. We've seen enough of that in the last couple of episodes here. Once the front and back are screwed in, I'm not too worried about the sides because the whole thing should be square and relatively straight. So my thought now is there's a gap here in between each of these drawers, and that gap is exactly it's not exactly, but it's about the thickness of a piece of plywood. So if I fill this gap with a piece of plywood that's slightly larger than the gap, if it's a little bit taller, the next drawer will ride on that and not on the drawer that it's currently sitting on. And I think in theory we'll have drawers. So if I make a piece that's, call it 23 inches, it doesn't need to be the whole way. Could even be less than that. Most of the way by, call it 9 5/16. Yeah, we'll start with that. Let's see if that fits. So those need cut down, but that's easy enough. So now my theory, and it's really just a theory, this could all go terribly wrong and I could end up just buying drawer slides for these and wasting a bunch of time and money. But we're trying to save some money and just trying to do something different, a little bit of an experiment, if you will. But I've got a scrap of the plywood here, which is the same thickness as the bottom wing on the drawers. What I'm doing is putting a few layers of painter's tape on it just to make it ever so slightly thicker. And then I'm going to put that in place. Take my new sides. Now I should be able to put some glue on that and then brad nail it in. Or not brad nail, I'm going to use 16 gauge nails, I think. Wood glue, CA glue, and a whole bunch of nails, and then I'll pull the piece out, and then theoretically the drawer should slide in, have a little bit of play, but not be so tight that you can't drag it in and out. I'll probably sand and wax the drawer itself too, so they slide a little better. And then it should be about a 1/16 of an inch higher than where the next drawer will go, so there will be a slight gap. Nothing should rub. At least that's the theory. We'll see if it works. I still have a can of Johnson's paste wax. They stopped making this stuff. I've heard both that it's because it didn't sell well enough because everyone has like their grandpa's can of this, but I've also heard that it's like bad for the environment or something. It does have a very like gasoline-like smell. I like the first story better, but who knows if that's true. I waxed this surface and it slides like butter. So we're gonna do the same thing to these drawers. And see how that goes. Stupid. I missed a screw in the center. And I just hit it with my new to this project Forstner bit. Pretty sure I wrecked it. It works-ish, but it's not great now because Forstner bits don't like being slammed into metal. Weird, I know. So sounds like I'm gonna need to go buy another one. Let's think about this for a second. here or here? That's what we're going to call it for today's video. I'm super happy with how these turned out. I put a little bit of paste wax and sanded them pretty good, and I'm sure that there will be some more sanding and paste waxing as they kind of wear in. They're by no means the nicest, fanciest sliders. I'm sure if they're weighed down, they're going to be a little bit heavy and a pain, but no hardware at all, no poles, no slides, no nothing, all plywood and a handful of pocket screws on this one. I still have to decide what I want to do here. I kind of like having this air compressor here. Maybe I'll find a way to permanently like plug it in and run a cord or like a reel while it's in there maybe. I'm not really sure. And then on the side, I still want to do a big drawer, but I think that one I'll probably use slides for, so that'll have to be for another day. I'm also really thinking about the next videos being maybe the miter saw station. I'm just really sick of how much room that other one takes up, and I think I know which saw I want to get, and I have some ideas on some more shop infrastructure there. It's also getting really nice out, so we'll probably be out playing in the yard. So if you want to stay tuned for all of that stuff, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment and all that down below. I'll see you guys on the next one.